side. Get what we need.
And this is this week's Classic Classic.
As you can see, it's a pretty gloomy day here at Patriot Stadium, the day after the Patriots' 1996 season opener, and it's pretty appropriate after his performance Sunday in Miami. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Patriot Digest. I'm James Steiner. For the next 30 minutes, we'll be talking about Sunday's Patriots season opening loss to the Dolphins, 24-10 decision at Pro Player Park in Miami. I'll also hear some comments from Coach Bill Parcells, as well as some of the players, before taking some time to sit back and look ahead to next week's game in Buffalo. Obviously, it was a very disappointing start for the Patriots in Miami. There was a lot of high hopes and expectations after a 3-1 preseason. Everything seemed to be looking good for the Patriots going in against two rookies in the backfield, another rookie at middle linebacker, and a new head coach. But a couple of important lessons need to be learned right away. Number one, preseason games are obviously not nearly as important as people would like it to be. And that was evidenced by the result on Sunday. But just as important is number two, be careful for what you wish for, because you just might get it. For years, teams have been hoping that the Dolphins would get a running game to take the ball out of Dan Marino's hands. Well, Sunday in Miami, the ball was out of Dan Marino's hands a lot more than he was throwing it, and the Patriots paid the price for that. And Coach Parcells was very cognizant of that fact.
Defensively, we didn't do a very good job at all on the running game. They ran the ball 39 times, or really actually 36, and 3 kneel downs. And that was a constant problem throughout the game, and it was really pretty much all the way across the board. It wasn't just one play. It was a myriad of plays, and it was in almost every hole across the front. And as a result, when Marino wanted to pass, he didn't really have to try to make any plays in the passing game. He just had the nickel and dime in the passing game, which is what he did. I mean, he really didn't throw the ball down the field hardly at all. And he did a good job doing that. He made a couple throws under real good pressure a couple of times that were key plays in the game. And that's pretty much it.
Explain the poor run defense. Did they just overpower you, or was it the formation?
I don't think they overpowered us at all. I think they just blocked one-on-one, and they just moved our guys out of the way. We just couldn't get off blocks. We just couldn't make any plays.
Defensively, we didn't have that many mental errors. We had a couple. Offensively, hey, we had more than we should have on plays that we had been practicing since the first day in training camp. We had some problems. Protections, calls, a couple things which were really almost ludicrous. They were so simple, and we missed them. I don't want to say an inordinate amount, but we had much more than we should have had.
Well, it's not actually frustrating. It's just that I would like to be in there and helping the team. But, at some point in time, I believe helping the team is me being out and possibly Mega being in, and we go into the passing game. And if that's what, we have to do to win, then, I'm all for it. Whatever it takes to win, or whatever the coach thinks is best for us, that's what I'm for. So it's not frustrating at all to me.
Well, you try to look at if there were some good things, and then there weren't too many, but I was very happy with the way the special teams played. So we had good kickoff returns. We had excellent kickoff coverage. We pinned them back there. Their average starting possession was the 10-yard line. We had good net punting. We had good field goal protection. So we can dispel with all those positives fairly quickly, but those were some of them. And, had we done a little better job blocking, we would have had 4 kickoff returns for 50 yards instead of just 2. One guy missed a couple blocks. We would have had, everybody else was really did a good job on that. But that's really about where it ended. So offensively, we were in a position that we cannot afford to get in for almost the entire game. Trying to play from behind, trying to a little sense of urgency to try to catch up is not the way that this team can perform. We need to try to play, and have tried to play throughout the preseason in a different manner, and more like Miami played yesterday, which is what we would like to try to do, run the ball and throw kind of when we wanted to, rather than be totally reliant on the pass. We got in a situation very early where we're 10 points down. We're trying to get something going. We're pressing a little. We dropped the ball some more, so we wind up compounding the problem. As I said on the radio this morning, or it's going to be on this afternoon, there was one small window of opportunity in this game. I don't know whether you guys recognize when it was or not, but with approximately, I guess, 10 to 12 minutes in the fourth quarter, we're at 24-10. We had the ball well across midfield there with an opportunity. If we could have pushed it right in there, then we're at 9 minutes with a 7-point game. But we didn't take advantage of that one window that we had, and it wound up being a 14-point game. Well, that's basically what happened. We couldn't really do too much, or as much as we would have liked to there. If we could have closed it at any point, if we could have closed it down to 3 points or 7 points, then I think the game would have taken on a different makeup. But it unfolded this way, and that wasn't good. But across the board, we had some problems, and I think we've got to get this stuff fixed a little bit too. Now we've got some roster problems that are causing me. You could see by the makeup of the roster yesterday, we're trying to get the special teams in shape. We took a couple of chances. This receiver situation now is with 3 guys hurt out of 7 is not good. It's causing all sorts of problems on my roster. Now I got a cornerback problem, 2, because Vernon Lewis has a slight injury now, I think. So, we've got some problems here at some spots that we got to try to resolve. Those corners are playing so far off Jefferson. We're trying to throw the ball in front of them, and we did that fairly, as far as just throwing it and catching it, we could do that the majority of the game. We hit probably 7, 8, 10 passes in front of their corners, or most of the completions we had, that's where they were. So, but then, you turn back inside and you get careless with the ball. You just can't do that kind of thing and expect to beat a team like Miami. You just can't give them that much help. And that's really what we did yesterday. I give them credit. I said that right after the game, that they played very well. But, we helped them along quite a bit, too. Well, I know, but, you can't afford those kind of things. So, you can justify it by saying, I can go for that 40-foot, 30-foot putt, too, and knock it 20 feet by the hole and justify it by saying, well, I wasn't going to be short. But that's not the best way to get the ball in the hole. The best is to gauge the speed and try to putt it in successfully, And so some people that don't know too much about competition will allow athletes to rationalize things like that and allow them, well, I was going for it, I was doing the best I can, that kind of thing. And when actually the best you can do is to figure out the best way to be successful on the play. You follow me? With a minimum amount of risk. I know if we don't do a better job on the running game, that that we're not going to ever be able to get a control of a game. And then we have to do certainly a better job in maintaining offensive balance. If the score is not prohibitive, I'm assuming the score is not going to be prohibitive every minute of the game. But yeah, we had to do a better job on pass protection. You know, we dropped a couple balls again yesterday. Now, some of them were tough, a couple of them were tough catches, but we made a few good catches. And we definitely have to be more precise on our passing. There isn't any doubt about that.
Licensed Express is here at the Middlesex Mall in Burlington. This is a service designed to make registry transactions fast and convenient. Licensed Express handles only the most commonly used services, making the average waiting time only 11 minutes.
Lines hopefully are a thing of the past for most of us. These registry expresses are set up to do those fast transactions, which can be handled conveniently during your shopping day, when you park, when you have time. We give you an alternative here. If you see a couple of people in line, you can move out, grab something to eat, do a little shopping somewhere else in the mall.
Services include license renewals, license transfers, plate drop-offs, registry forms and information, and address changes. License Express is open Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 5. For more information, call the Customer Phone Information Center at 1-617-351-4500.
An important message to parents from Bill Cosby.
There's an epidemic out there. Kids are dying from measles and other deadly diseases. So go get regular checkups and get your baby vaccinated starting when they're 2 months old. Vaccinations are even free or low cost if you can afford them. Protect your kids.
Vaccinate before it's too late.
Because of the fact that, you know, that's my job, you know, to come in and give offense the best field position possible. You know, it doesn't really make a difference. You know, if I had two touchdowns for a return, you know, my job is to give offense the best, put Drew, you know, and other guys, Curtis and those guys, the best field position possible. But, you know, it's just part of the game. You know, one phrase we did one phrase we did good in, and the other two we didn't. Offense and defense, we didn't play well. Special team, we did, you know, pretty good. The coverage team was pretty good, I think. But just situational, offensively and defensively, we just didn't do well.
Well, like I told the team, if that was our best, we're in trouble. There's no doubt about that. So, but I don't think it was. And again, right now we've just got some problems that are affecting us that we have to get through. But it's a long, you know, it's just the first week, so, you know, I know everyone would be anxious to enumerate them, but I know them. So. But I think it's something that we can overcome.
Yesterday? I'm not really disgusted. I'm more like disappointed. You know, we prepared real hard for this team, and we just didn't go out and play and execute the way we had prepared. I mean, it seemed like we had practiced all those weeks for nothing. You know, we just didn't come out and play the way we were supposed to and the way we were capable of playing against a team we should have played better against.
Bill said yesterday after the game that they really didn't show you anything offensively or defensively that you weren't prepared for. You know, looking back at it again, is there anything that caught you by surprise?
Nah, I mean, everything they did, we were prepared for. We had seen, you know, all preseason things that they were going to do, other tendencies. They came out and did it. We just couldn't stop it.
You know that this is obviously an important time of the schedule. You have another divisional foe with Buffalo on the road. How important does this game become in light of yesterday?
Well, you know, it was only one game, and that's what's so good about this, you know, this season. You play 16 games, so a lot can happen throughout the course of the year. But it's important that we get a big win this week down in Buffalo. You know, we can't, you know, it's hard if we can't get down 0-2 this early in the season and expect to, you know, to do well, you know, especially right in 2 divisional games. We need to go out and play, you know, play a good game and try to get a win.
I know there's 57 minutes left. How devastating is that?
Well, I wouldn't say the word devastating would be appropriate, but it's certainly a good impetus gainer for the other team. There isn't any doubt about it. You know, that, you know, we had a good kickoff, you know, good field position, and so the thinking was trying to get, it gives us a little more flexibility on our roster with the special teams. And I thought that was going to be an important part yesterday. Yeah, well, that's where we're going to go for a while.
I've been, like I was just saying, I've been here since April, learning offense and you know, trying to get down all the terminology, so I think I have a pretty good handle on it. I've been going to all the meetings since training camp and all the offensive meetings, so I feel I have a pretty good grasp on it if something should happen.
Do you feel comfortable, ready to?
Yeah, you know, I've done it before. I mean, my first 6 years in the league, that's all I was doing. So I wouldn't be hesitant to go in there.
The past couple of years when you've just been primarily a punter, did you ever think, I want another shot at playing quarterback?
You know, I know where my future lies, and it's going to be with my punting. I'm looking at my longevity in the league, and I think I can be here a long time doing that. So being able to quarterback is just an extra bonus that I'm able to do. And you know, if it helps me, great. And if they need me, great. I mean, it's just something extra you can do.
We can tell our little brothers and sisters, do as I say, not as I do. But they won't listen. We can tell them not to smoke. But if we smoke, they will smoke. And in their minds, we'll be hypocrites. We can yell at them. We can tell them they're stupid if they smoke. We can tell them it'll make them sick. It'll make them stink. But they will do as we do. If we smoke, they will smoke.
Hi, I'm Kate Hardig from Leahy Hitchcock Clinic, an Adopt-A-Class business sponsor, a program of the Burlington Community Scholarship Foundation. As one of the original Adopt-A-Class sponsors, we were very pleased to award 3 scholarships to members of the class of 1995, our first adoptee. It is now our privilege to represent the class of 2005. We at Leahy Hitchcock realize the tremendous financial burden higher education places on our students and their parents. And as a community resource, we want to help. We are also very pleased to be partnering with a dedicated group of parent volunteers and children of our adopted class, not only to raise the needed scholarship dollars, but to promote community service learning to these children. The Burlington Community Scholarship Foundation will hold its 2nd annual telethon on October 16th to raise funds for scholarships. You will have the opportunity to donate to our class of 2005, to the General Endowment Fund, or to any other classes in which your children are enrolled. Please support the Burlington Community Scholarship Foundation Telethon on Wednesday, October 16th from 6 to 9 p.m. on Channel 30.
This is Monica, and she's like our only friend who smokes.
We're trying to get her to stop.
Yeah. We told her that smoking stinks up her hair.
She said she could fix it.
Same with her breath and clothes.
Gross. We told her smoking made her teeth and nails yellow.
She said she could fix it. But then we read somewhere
This really
about how
did it.
cigarette smoke gets like into your skin and causes permanent wrinkles.
So we told her.
She freaked.
Totally.
Then she quit.
It was cool.
Really?
Because now we don't have any friends who smoke.
Well, I think it, I don't want to say stunned, you know, but I was surprised by what happened a little bit yesterday. I thought we would play better than we did, and I think everyone thought that. I think the players thought it. I think you guys probably thought it, and I thought we'd play better than we did. But as I said, it's one game, and I got to get rid of it and not carry it with me too long, and just try to get ready, because we got another tough one coming up Sunday.
Well, I'm not stunned, because you know I believe that in the NFL any team can be beaten at any time, and you know you never know how games are going to go, but you know we just have to go out there, I believe, and execute to our fullest in order to even compete in the NFL.
For so many years, you know, they were known as a pass-oriented team, and they came out and said they were going to run the football on us, and that's exactly what they did. You know, they pretty much practiced what they preach, and you got to give them respect and got to give them credit for that.
No, I just feel that they outplayed us. They just, really no excuses, they just beat us yesterday. You know, they just came out and they played better ball than we did.
You know, everybody said how great we were in preseason. It just goes to prove that those games don't mean anything. You know, Miami was 3-1 in preseason too, and a lot of teams, I'm sure, who were like 1-3 won yesterday. So, you know, I think expectations were a little too high for us right too soon, and we just didn't go out and, I guess you could say, fulfill everyone's expectations.
Yo, check this. If you smoke 1 pack of cigarettes a day, you go over $1,000 a year on smokes. Big bucks, right? Now multiply that by all the kids who smoke in Massachusetts. That comes to $70 million a year. Man, those cig pushers would love to get their nasty little claws and all that money. But you know what? We're gonna keep it, and we're gonna decide how and where we want to spend it. Man, $70 million? Do you know what we can do with all that money? Exactly.
Okay, here's 5 things all guys should know. 1, don't change it to something different when we're around your friends. 2, ring the doorbell, don't beep the horn. 3, hold the onions. 4, it's an invention called the telephone. Use it. And 5, nix the smoking. That yellow teeth cigarette stench thing, it's not working. You guys getting this?
Welcome back to Patriot Digest. So they didn't coach 17-0. You didn't expect a perfect season anyway, did you? Patriots are 0-1. They have another tough divisional road game coming up in Buffalo against the Bills. Bills started 1-0 with a come from behind 23-20 win over the Giants Sunday night at Giants Stadium. So obviously, there's a small deficit that needs to be made up pretty quick, but the Patriots fear falling too far behind this early in the season. 2 divisional road games to start the season is obviously a tough way out of the gate. They can help themselves any with their performance in Miami. I just heard the comments from the coach and the players. So there's obviously a lot to work on this upcoming week to be ready for the Bills, who many people think as the early favorite to win the AFC. Over the next 16 weeks, we'll be with you every week here on Patriots Digest for 30 minutes, analyzing, dissecting, and previewing next week's game, as well as getting some comments from the coach and the players as we try to follow the Patriots this year, to try to turn around that 6-10 season and move back to the playoffs where they were 2 years ago. So until next week, my name is Dave Simon. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next